Well, you know what Dave would say.
What's that?
Dave Mustaine would say, "I did it my
My
way."
way.
Those are the best. Those are the best interviews when they're just fucking toast.
Oh yeah.
Those like classic Megadeth interviews where they're just like they got like moist lips and glazed over eyes and they're sweating. And I think one of my favorite ones is with like the original lineup, and it's like they're like Megadeth from left to right, and like they don't do anything for like almost a minute straight, and he's like, then David Elson's like, oh yeah, David Elson, and then he's like, Chris Poland, Gar Samuelson, Dim Stan. I just love how they're so fucking stoned that it takes them forever to like realize. But the best
Yeah.
is Gary because Gary's like Gar Samuelson.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Gary.
The yeah. The yeah, it's crazy how those guys could go up on stage and do a whole interview and shit like that. Friggin' I have a little toke of a little token fucking I'm toast for the end of the day.
Oh, I'm seriously, and they were just doing weed. They were doing fucking speedballs and
Oh
Chris,
god. Yeah.
probably crystal meth sometimes, doing all kinds
Jesus.
of crazy shit.
Oh
Like
yeah.
like those kids on TikTok. Am I right? Welcome everybody back to Not Rich Just Bored, episode number 41. We're already in the 40s. It's getting
Ooh,
it's getting serious.
it's getting serious.
I know, almost coming up to the 1 year anniversary,
Jesus. Holy
which
shit.
the 1 year. Yeah, well, it says 9 months ago on YouTube, but I know
Well, it would have been
it's been longer than
yeah,
that because it's one a week. 48 should be a year.
because we did it right when that Resident Evil came out, and that was in November.
Yes, yeah. I know it was November, so it would. I guess it makes sense. 9 months
Hmm.
because it's probably closer to 10 on here. I would click on it, but then it'll pollute the audio. But
Yeah.
I'm not that quick to just stop it right away. But yeah, no, I know we definitely started in November, so and
Yeah.
I missed 1 week, so that would make sense.
Mm.
But that's commitment, guys. That's the business. I only missed 1 week in a whole year. Guys should be sucking my knob. I just want to work on getting the webcams up next.
Yeah.
I kind of have a plan to record them, so
Nice.
and then add them in, and then there'll be actually some video
Yeah.
for the YouTube version.
Nice.
I think on Spotify I'll just stick to the fucking audio because whatever.
Mhm.
I don't think to be honest, I don't think anybody really watches video on Spotify. Like
No.
there's probably a few odd people that watch like Joe Rogan because he's the biggest and
Mhm.
he's exclusive there. But there are the clips on YouTube he has, which is nice. But like Spotify doesn't have like I can't. I guess you could use the Spotify app on your PC and watch, but like I can't watch it on my TV or anything. So
Yeah. No. I if there's a video, I try to turn that shit off. I don't want it to eat up my data.
well, that's exactly it. Yeah, that's another thing. It takes up a lot of data, and it's just I think video. It's nice to have for the people that want it, but for the
Hmm.
most part, videos. I really only ever use it in podcast form, for just clips. If I want to watch a clip of something, then
Yeah.
that's it. Or watch something like Dudesy to see Will dressed up as the Crow, or as Adam of Eternia.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, we were talking Megadeth before this, and
Hmm.
I was gonna say something. I can't remember what I was gonna say. But they did have an,
Uh,
but they do have a new album out. that's
yeah,
that's
yes.
that's the important part. The sick,
Mm-hmm.
the sick, the sick, the dying, and the dead. I think that's how it
Hell
goes,
yeah.
right? It doesn't
Yep.
go dead then dying, right?
No, no. Sick, the dying, and the dead.
Yeah, it's in order of worse.
Yeah.
Sick, dying, and then just you're dead. You're gone.
Hell yeah.
Speak,
Hell yeah.
Speaking of which, Ezra Miller is still not dead. So the world's not perfect yet.
Yeah.
But
So now that it's been out for a while, um, what's your thoughts on the album?
well, you see, the thing is, I told Metallica not to use my lyrics, not to use my riffs, and they went ahead and used my riffs on the first three albums, I think. Yeah, I'm over it though.
I'm not counting the days or anything.
Not counting days.
42,683 hours.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. David Stay was on Rogan, and then he was like, I did recite this song for Lars though, and it goes a little like this: Till then, till I see your world implode, I wish you death and suffering. Oh, okay, Dave, calm down. Misery, despair. Time to rehearse your pain.
Oh my god.
Does it get a little bit too crazy? Hey, look, I'll tell you about the album, but first you gotta tell me if you watched She-Hulk yet.
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's gotten progressively worse. So
Yeah, that's what I hear. I was talking to my stepdad about it, and he's like, "Do you watch She-Hulk?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." And he's like, Don't watch it. It's stupid." I'm like, "Okay."
that's enough to make a guy jump off a fucking bridge, to be honest. But
Yeah.
how much work garbage can we throw into a Marvel show?
Oh yeah.
Girl power, guys, am I right?
Yeah.
But yeah, to get back to the Megadeth album, oh, sorry, I had to open my window here. I I really like this album actually. It's a lot better than the last couple albums have been.
Hmm.
They've had they've had a couple rough ones there. Like they were still good, but they weren't as good as they could have been. And
Yeah.
even this album has a couple songs that I'm like, take it or leave it. But it
Hmm.
definitely has an overwhelming, like, much more tracks that I'd listen to compared to like Dystopia.
Yeah.
Like Dystopia was their last album
Yeah.
before this one.
2016.
Yeah, and I don't, and that still blows my mind that it's been that long. But I guess Dave was fighting cancer and all that shit. But
Hmm.
it's like it just blows my mind that it's been that long for them. Because usually it's like
Wow.
every 2 years, 3 years at the most.
Yeah.
He's starting to become the next Metallica, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I
Album,
forget I think it was because of the pandemic. Because originally, I think he was planning on having after 2 years to make the album, but
yeah.
then I think just
Well,
one thing after another.
I think, between COVID and between having cancer, it's like we can cut him some slack, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of guys, if they had cancer and shit, they would have been just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
retired. But Dave's
Hmm.
like, no, I have to go on with my silk white shirt. I know I've got to soldier on. Uh, yeah, no, it's definitely better than like a couple last ones. I think my favorite song from the album is, yeah, Mission to Mars. I really like that one.
Yeah. I really dig it. I like the guitar in it. I really dig. That I'll be honest. The sick, the dying, the dead. The title song.
Yeah,
That oh man, that one fucking hits hard. Like I really like that one. A lot of people have been saying this album is very like. A lot of people are saying the same thing as you, where it's like it seemed like the last few albums were kind of like a little iffy. Um, a lot of people are saying that this album feels like a really good treat to like all different types of Megadeth fans because you get stuff that feels a lot older. You got stuff that almost feels like you could see it from like um cryptic writings or something, and then like it's kind of like all over the place, you know?
Yeah, yeah. They don't. They kind it kind of has its own theme, and it's really it's I don't know. It's a good album front to back. To be honest, it's just they
Hmm.
they didn't really, and yeah, it kind of has like the same feel as, like you said, like cryptic writings, and it kind of takes things from a lot of the old albums
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kind of makes it into like a new thing, and it's
I've heard stuff, yeah, from very old albums to like cryptic writings, euthanasia, fucking some people have system has failed vibes, and then yeah.
I only have good. I only have good vibes. 97% of Google users like the album, so that's kind of interesting.
Interesting.
Three
Yeah.
3% of them were Metallica fans, I guess.
Yeah.
This song's
It's
from our upcoming
crazy.
record. Song's called
That's
Hater
crazy when
18.
there's fans that will like just trash Megadeth. Like there's still it's 2022 and there's still fucking Metallica fans. And I
Oh, I
bet you
know.
there's Megadeth fans that are
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
against,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like there's still that's still happening at this day and it's like it blows my mind. Like fucking I don't know, cool be faithful to a band but at the same time too like it's fucking again, it's like over 30 fucking plus years here now and like Dave Mustaine's over it, fucking Metallica's fucking over it. I don't know why the fans need to.
Yeah, they don't need to fight about it.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people just fighting a losing battle, and there's a lot.
yeah,
It's the same battle. I've talked about this before. The same battle that people that are metalheads that only listen to metal, and they act like every fucking form of music besides metal is not good, or it's And
yeah.
I know I used to have more of that kind of mentality when I was younger, but
Hmm.
I kind of just grew into other music, and it's like you can listen to different stuff. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not like a trap door is gonna open up and take you to hell for listening to like Backstreet Boys, for example. I don't know what kind of loser
Hmm.
would go to that concert, but you know, you can listen to Megadeth, Metallica, and then that's on the same way you can have fun on there, or you can have Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears. Like fuck, just listen to what you like.
Yeah.
You don't need to be
Okay.
a purist.
On this topic now, okay, I'm kind of going a slightly off topic for a second. When it comes to music and stuff, I don't even know if this is an easy question even to ask, but in your mind, out of all the music and bands you listen to, what is what you think might be the strangest, like left? I don't know, like strangest band or songs do you listen to? Like you just didn't think you'd ever listen to.
Didn't
Does that
think
make sense?
like what's something that I didn't expect to like that I like kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't. I'm not talking about Megadeth. I'm just talking like in general.
Yeah, music in general.
Hmm.
Oh shit, it's kind of a hard one to answer. My first answer, I'll keep thinking, but my one answer I would say is I never really cared for death metal. Um,
Yep.
back in the day, but then I discovered Children of Bodom, and like
Hmm.
I fucking love them. I still don't know half of the shit he's saying because he's just
Yeah.
screaming and shit, but uh I really enjoyed it. I enjoy a lot of their music. It's really good, but I don't know. As far as like something that I never thought I'd be into, that's I'll have to think on that for a little bit. But
Yeah.
is there anything you can think of that you?
Yeah. And it's this weird. I think I get it from my dad, but like not the music he listens to. Like, so my dad, like, one thing that he likes that I've noticed is, especially when we had a trip down Arizona. Like the whole time, he just listened to Spanish music. He loves Spanish music. And
Oh.
he'll literally buy like I remember he was like buying a random fucking Spanish CD and he just didn't even know who it was, didn't know the thing. He's just like, yeah, let's pick it up and listen to it. He loved it kind of stuff. For me, and where I feel like I get that kind of trait from him is Jamaican music,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like Rastafari kind of music. Yeah, this is the most strangest thing. Like, I'll be like that guy, yeah, listening to like rock and metal, heavy metal, and stuff like that. Um, Rap here and there, but then all of a
Yep.
sudden, you'll just like once in a while, I'll just have like Rastafari kind of Jamaican kind of
Okay, okay,
music.
Ryan. Shaggy does not count as Rastafarian.
No, no, not that. No,
So
I
she
think
got
that's
me in
hip
the
hop.
shower. Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Pooping shit on her shoulder. Wasn't me. I even tried my left hand. Wasn't me. And then she caught me shitting in the shower. I don't know. I don't know that song, but this actually might surprise you. Anybody listening, you probably don't. Nobody knows my mom, but like usually my mom's like an oldies person and country. When we were growing up, she really loved country, but this might surprise you, but she loved Shaggy. She
Yeah.
Yeah, she fucking my mom. Weird. She had like all these like Brooks and Dunn and Alan Jackson, that kind of shit. All the CMT. That's country music television for anybody who doesn't know. Uh, she'd have all the people, Terry Clark, Reba McEntire, all that shit in her CD collection. And then one CD, it's an orange CD and it's Shaggy. I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, I like that song. And I'm like, it wasn't me. So that was weird. I guess if you're talking about ethnic music, it's not really something I didn't expect to like, because I knew I liked it from watching anime
Mhm.
as a kid and as an adult as well. Is Japanese music. I actually really like Japanese music, and in particular, female singers. I think Japanese female singers. Um, again, I don't know what they're saying. I can't speak Japanese,
Yeah.
but it's very soothing. It's very calming music to me because
Yeah.
it's just they have beautiful voices, and it's again not something I didn't expect because I watched a lot of anime, so I'd always hear like the intros. But
Mhm.
I always found, oh sorry, I was gonna say I always found it weird that a lot of and a lot of people, a lot of different languages do this, but Japanese it's really noticeable. There'll be like the odd English word in there.
Yeah.
It'll be like at the end of a
Um,
song, it'll be like, right here, right now.
yeah. The the Dead Aim, Resident Evil Dead Aim. Literally the song. There's a part where it's like yeah, Japanese and stuff. Like there's yeah, speaking Japanese, and then randomly they'd be like, how did it go? It's like shot, like shot, shot, gun, shot, and then that's like the almost like the chorus almost.
Yeah,
Like, are you ready? Are you ready? And then it'd be echoing and stuff. Yeah, I remember that. But like the guitaring was so fucking stellar. Like that was such a jam song. But I agree with you though. Like again, going into that Rastafari. Now, kind of that is the thing with Rastafari kind of Jamaican music. It's very chill music.
yeah, yeah.
And that's one thing I like about it too. It's very relaxing. Just like yeah, just chill out, relax, and don't worry.
Be happy.
Yeah,
Got some bongos going a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
The yeah, it's definitely a strange thing. Some of them like some of that kind of stuff. I I don't know. I don't know if I could think of anything that I like truly didn't think of. I I guess there's one that I didn't really expect to like, but I'm actually a big fan of, and people probably wouldn't expect it from me. But I really like Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
I like a lot. I like a lot of her music. Not as much the new stuff anymore,
Yeah.
but like she had an album back in, oh fuck. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Where's my goggle? I need goggle Chrome. Uh, yeah, you can hear those clacking of the keyboards. Yeah. So yeah, Dangerous Woman. That album was like My Everything was also a pretty good album, but Dangerous Woman was like it's actually seriously everybody, even you, Ryan. You
Mhm.
listen to Dangerous Woman front to back. It's actually a really good. It's a really good album,
Nice.
and
Okay.
there's some collabs in there that are good too. It's yeah. It's again it's strange because I would never think that I would like her music that much. But I'm like I mean she's popular for a reason. It can't just be looks. I mean
Yeah.
of course she's gonna be my girlfriend one day, but besides that,
Yeah. Um, the you were bringing up earlier too that you never really thought you'd get it. Death metal, right? You were saying?
yes, yeah,
Yeah. That was kind of the thing. The thing that got me into more heavy metal, was Austrian Death Machine when you introduced me to that.
yeah. That's a good fucking
I I don't typically listen to music like really deep. I don't know, like kind of deep kind of music, deep vocal kind of thing like that. But like, I guess there's something different with that. He's almost to a point where he's still, uh, you can still kind of understand what he's saying,
yeah for sure you can.
and there's something kind of tone that works. Again, like the whole, there's certain songs I'm still not big fan of. Like there's like, what's to give you an idea that I'm not a fan of, in say I think the first album of Austrian Death Machine, uh, Total Brutal. I think um it's the one where talking about the Predator, like
If it bleeds, you can kill it.
yeah, that one. The part where like the guy's screaming like he's like talking like he's the Predator or something like that. He's doing that high pitch kind of similar to like
Yeah,
almost like in my mind, if I'm correct, kind of like Children of Bodom.
yeah. It actually is
Yeah,
kind of yeah.
yeah, and I'm not a fan of.
I
I'm not
killed
really a
your
fan of the.
friend.
Yeah, and like I kind of tolerated with Austrian Death, but that was the one thing. Unfortunately, I was just never into when it came to Children of Bodom. I couldn't get into that. But like, but based with listening to Austrian Death Machine a lot, um, I got more into oh, why am I going blank? I was just gonna say the name and then it just fucking dropped off the face of the earth. Taking a second here.
From Austrian
Oh
Death
no.
Machine.
Yeah, Lamb of God. I wasn't a
Oh
fan of Lamb of God for the longest time.
yeah,
But I got more into them through Austrian Death Machine.
oh yeah,
But and then also I started listening to I just about said As I Lay Crying because that's a joke that they have in Austrian
yeah.
Death Machine, but As I Lay Dying because that's the main singer's main band.
Timmy boy.
Um, yeah, he is, I haven't really listened to his older stuff, but some of his newer albums, just like Lamb of God, I've been listening to more of their newer stuff, like fucking Lamb of God, Omen, the new song Omen. Fuck, that's a fucking power like I don't know. That's the best way to put it. It's a very powerful song. And it's awesome.
Yeah, it'll knock your socks off.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I, my first introduction to Lamb of God was like seeing them live, and before that, it was technically I played them on Guitar Hero 2.
Oh yeah.
They had Laid to Rest on there, which is like one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
That's a fucking great song.
See, I need to. I should get into their older stuff and listen to some of their older stuff. But yeah,
There's
right
a
now
single day
it's
you could live,
yeah.
single breath you could take all the others away.
The other thing that I also do like with heavy metal bands like Lamb of God or even like As I Lay Dying, Austrian Death Machine, is when they go into more of like it kind of falls into mainstream
Yeah,
almost like when they do more of like an actual singing when they do some
yeah.
chorus songs. I really dig that because it's almost like it's a again I think it um I don't know the proper wording for it. I think it's the pacing that I really like out of it. And I think that's why I also kind of going back into Megadeth now with the Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, that album, or that specific song. I feel like the tone of that song changes throughout the song, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And just how he kind of says the lyrics, it's like he does like one tone on it, how he does the sick, the dying, and he does it a different way and stuff. And I actually really like that. I don't know, there's something about it that's like very refreshing about it.
yeah. No, it's definitely good, and I like the breakdown at the end into the solos and
Yeah,
that whole part at the end.
yeah.
It's a really good song. That
You know, one thing I will say with this new album, and it doesn't really bother me too much because I do really enjoy the sick, the dying, and the dead. Is I felt that the solos were smaller.
yeah, yeah. They
I felt like you listen to the old albums and they're out like fuck man, you'd almost have like a 1 minute solo or longer, Where this one it was like I felt like it was like a 20-second solo and then that's it.
yeah, like they didn't linger. I think that's just part of like Dave and his mentality of ultimately they have to move on like to new audiences and stuff. And I think a lot
Hmm.
of people just don't have like
Impatience.
there's a big audience that doesn't want to wait for a 5 minute guitar solo.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
and I feel the same way about like a lot of early Metallica. I feel like their songs were too long
Yeah.
in early Metallica. Like certain so that like there's certain instrumentals that are really good, like Call of Cthulhu and like um that what was the one on the next album?
I'm literally going blank.
It wasn't Leper Messiah. Fuck. Is it Orion? No.
Orion is a instrumental.
Is it? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one that Cliff did and didn't play for the longest time until recently.
Right.
Um
Here. Uh let me see. Album. Yeah, I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's yeah, Orion. And like so like those are instrumentals, so there's like Call of Cthulhu and Orion are like instrumentals, so they're supposed to be longer and again, that's fine and they change it up enough and it's not too bad. But even like
load and reload.
like yeah, those are
L-
some of those have
yeah.
very long songs.
The load has the Outlaw Torn. That's a 10-minute song.
Yeah, that's a great song. I love
Oh, it
that
is.
song.
I agree. It's funny because a lot there's load, reload, and Saint Anger get a lot of hate from a lot of head like hardcore Metallica fans, but I love load and reload. They're such a fucking great. Like they're getting into the rock kind of thing, but that did not bother me at all. They were still jams. And again, Fixer, that's an 8-minute song. Low Man's Lyrics, that's such a fucking awesome song too.
Yeah, yeah, Low Man Lyric is great. But like look at like these like those are almost some of those are dynamic songs that change a lot.
Yeah.
But like look at Master Puppets. So Master of Puppets is 8.5 minutes long. That song does not change a lot. It
No.
does, but not a whole shitload. Disposable
Yeah.
Heroes, 8.5 minutes almost. Like 8 minutes,
Yeah.
17 seconds. Like Leper Messiah is almost 6 minutes. Battery is 5 minutes. Sanitarium is 6 minutes. Like they're just all very long songs. Now you look at this. Uh Let me look at it.
Yeah, looking at like especially the first album, your average song is like 5 minutes long. Four Horsemen is a 7-minute song.
Oh, I know. Where whereas like I said, in comparison at that same time, look at Dave Mustaine and Killing Is My Business. It's like from the beginning to the end of the album, it's like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes, almost
Mhm.
4 minutes, almost 4 minutes,
Yeah.
2.5 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Like it's just it's more concise and it's easily digestible. I'm not saying there's a problem with long songs. I'm just saying like I almost prefer those shorter songs
Yeah.
because kind of rough. You know, if you're showing a friend a song, you gotta see the song. Oh, it gets good after the 6 minute mark. Like it's like oh fuck.
Yeah. Oh, here's a great example. Okay, here I have a question for you. Have you ever
12 inches.
listened, like, that? Remember Lulu, Metallica's album Lulu, where
I
they
I never watched. I never listened to that, but
same.
I do know about it.
Yeah, of course. The biggest meme was "I am a table" or whatever the fuck, however that went. But I'm
Yeah,
literally looking at some of the songs in here, man. Last two songs, Dragon, song number 9, Dragon, 11 minutes long. Song
yeah.
number 10, Junior Dad, 19 minutes long.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that.
and then Cheat on Me, 11 minutes long, 11 minutes and 30 seconds, just about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like I said, there's like you can have a longer song, but fuck, like every if it's a simple song with an awesome chorus and a good solo, leave it at that. You don't need to have 8 minutes and you have the chorus repeat 4 times and maybe you throw in a couple solos. Like you can just have a nice concise song, and that
hmm
works great. Cause
yeah,
like do you know what I mean when you get those long songs and they almost overstay their welcome, and you're like, holy fuck.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
Whereas Megadeth, like Dave has always been about just producing a song. Uh, I don't think he's ever really had a song that does more than three like chorus lines. Like
Yeah,
like three is the max for him, and usually the third version of the chorus line is slightly different, or he switched it off a little bit. So
I'm just taking a. Uh, let's see here,
oh, I
albums.
just looked at your Google search history there. It says it's 12 inches big. What's that mean?
I don't know. Check it out.
That Lulu, yeah, 20% or 22% of people liked it. Ouch.
Jesus. Yeah. Uh,
That's not good.
I'm trying to. I guess there isn't a way. I was gonna try to get it so it show all the songs from Megadeth, and then I was just gonna see if I could get like the longest. Let's see.
The longest song by Megadeth?
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh
I like. Yeah, again, like I think you're right on the ball. Like probably 5 minutes at most. Then maybe their live stuff will be long, but I wouldn't call that. Like I'm thinking like album wise.
yeah, yeah, no, exactly, cuz it's like when you think of live performances, it's like if people are experiencing that and they're adding to a song. It's not just like I said, it's not just rolling over a fifth or sixth chorus line. It's actually a whole new thing.
Yeah. Reddit Megadeth. What are actually the three longest Megadeth songs?
Uh uh
Some guy put the longest song is, and then I guess something got changed and said blah 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 on countdown to extinction.
what? Oh
The
yeah. Yeah, when is
when Good Morning Black Friday and Holy Wars.
yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Yeah, when is definitely a very long song, but it's almost more of a story, and it's a dynamic song, so it changes up. But when is also like it's a weird one because that's the song that has like um it has "Am I Evil?" I'm pretty sure it uses the riff from that song.
No, I they use Count of fuck I can't pronounce it. Count of Cthulhu or whatever the fuck it is from
Yeah,
Red,
yeah,
Red Lightning.
yeah at the yes, at the beginning, which is actually Dave's riff. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, but I'm pretty sure that song also does the "Am I Evil?" Like
Oh, really?
the riff from it. I'm trying to think. I know there is a Megadeth song where he uses that riff.
Mhm.
Fucking thank God for Google.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is when by Megadeth.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
nice.
the main riff and structure of this song is very reminiscent of "Am I Evil" by Diamond Head, which Dave Mustaine told Artist Direct was intentional. Of course, it
It
was.
was.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. Well, I think it was kind of a tribute to them in a way, because he was like they were all those thrash metal guys. They were huge fans of
Yeah,
Diamond Head.
yeah. Bungie.
Budgie, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Bradford.
Yeah, I actually like I like the original version over Metallica. Like, I don't mind Metallica's; it's good, but like, there's
Yeah,
something just raw. Like, the guitar is very like it is what it is. There's no like, I feel like there's no makeup. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
digitizing their guitar, like you can hear the plucking of the guitar and stuff. Like, there's something about that, yeah,
yeah.
is very addicting.
I really like Budgie. I remember I had them originally on that Burt CD, like
Yep,
from fucking years ago. That Dwayne burned me. He's like, these are
yep.
some classic songs that I think you guys will like. And yeah, there was like the original Bread Fan, and then there was another Budgie song on there. I can't remember which one it was.
You know, the sad thing is, if I remember, I looked up Budgie not too long ago, and they don't have that song on Spotify.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh,
it's actually really, really, yeah.
yeah, Crash Course in Brain Surgery. That was their other song. That was another. It was another one that Metallica covered that Budgie did originally.
Oh yeah,
Really though,
yeah,
they're not.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Never turn your back on a friend was I think their original album.
that's funny because that's a Megadeth song, eh?
Yeah.
That was euthanasia, right?
Euthanasia?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Youth.
or is that Super Collider?
I think it's Super Collider.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of coming back to me now. I'm pretty sure it's Super Collider.
Uh, Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Not showing up on it, but I know what you're talking about. You know what? It might have been. It might have been.
Yeah, don't turn your yeah number the second last song. Don't turn your back on a friend.
On Super Collider.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, the bottom line about that is that you guys need to go out and get that shit
yeah.
on Spotify. Check it out and let us know what you think. I think it's a great album. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna move on. I got
Yeah.
38 minutes on these piece of shit. Just kidding. They're worthy of your attention. Definitely.
Mhm.
I like them all. I just wish Metallica made shorter songs. That's all.
Yep.
You want to see long songs though? Real quick, just look up Death Magnetic. Look up Death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, just look it up. Fucking there you go, right there. Fucking 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 7, 8, almost 10 for fuck's sakes. And then my randomly at the end, my apocalypse is only 5 minutes.
Of course.
Do you remember that song? My Apocalypse was it was this theme song for Jesse James' The Dead Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Claustrophobic, closer in the road. Classic. But
I remember when people were talking about how like that album was so loud, like how they recorded it,
yeah.
that people were complaining that their speakers couldn't handle the fucking loudness of the song.
Oh fuck! They just needed a grease caprice to jam that shit out. Need some 8.5 by 11 tweeters and shit.
Yeah.
Big old speaker boxes. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, one of the other things I wanted I'm just gonna touch on this quick because I don't know a whole bunch about it, but I just think it's fucking stupid. Is that whole fucking Olivia Wilde movie? She she made this movie called "Don't Worry, Darling," and I'm gonna bring it up here. Don't worry, darling.
Oh,
And holy fuck. Okay, so "Don't Worry, Darling" on IMDb has 1 out of 10. Metacritic gave it 48%. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 39. It just got fucked. And 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 yeah, Olivia Wilde is the one that did she? Let me just look. Did she? Yeah, she did direct it. Okay, I wanted to make sure because I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah, yeah, she directed this fucking shitter, and the bad guy who is, I believe it's Chris Pine is playing the bad guy,
oh,
which is Frank, and I don't know. Again, I didn't watch the fucking movie, but I know that he's the bad guy, and the reason it's so controversial for a lot of people is because Chris Pine's character is actually based around Jordan Peterson, which obviously everybody loves, and he's a Canadian icon. Fucking Canada, guys!
yeah.
Let's carry that Canadian flag up the fucking hill. But he's obviously a controversial figure if you're a fucking retard. Yeah, I said that. What are you gonna do about it? But but seriously though, like people, the the hate for Jordan Peterson is very much undeserved, in my opinion. I don't know. Have you watched any of his stuff or much of his stuff?
I see that you put it on social media.
Yeah, like it's just when you look at him as general, it's just like it's hard to see him as a bad guy.
Hmm.
Again, I don't know him personally, obviously, but the things he talks about is just like it's just real shit. It's very clear that he's not a bad guy. He's not trying to start shit. So
Yeah.
I don't understand, but Olivia Wilde called him like a big man baby, racist, misogynist.
Hmm.
And she based the bad guy of this fucking shitter film on him. I just think that's kind of funny. And I guess she's recently divorced from what was it, Jason Sudeikis, I think, right?
Oh, I don't know. I
You
don't
didn't
really
know
pay attention
that?
to her.
Jesus Christ, you didn't know that? Just no, he was yeah, she was married to Jason Sudeikis. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, see? Look at that. All about Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde's 2 kids. Good, I could read a whole article about their kids.
Nice.
But yeah, she was married to him, and he's really cool, so it makes sense. If he got away from her, obviously she's a piece of shit. But
Mhm.
yeah, she's all obviously crazy, and supposedly she's like banging Harry Styles, who is playing the main character in this movie. Because do you know who was originally supposed to be the main character?
Who's that?
Shia LaBeouf. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I think I've seen something about that.
he literally he got fired from the movie, and according to Olivia herself, it's because she has a zero asshole policy on set,
Jesus.
and I guess nobody like I don't know. There's some sort of a controversy, but Shia said it's like there's 2 sides to that story. So I'm not really gonna suck that dick. I'm not gonna say anything about that because I
I,
don't know.
you know what my view on something like that is when someone goes, "Oh, there's a zero asshole policy." It's not that. It's who it comes down to who she likes and who she doesn't like. I think that's just a
Yeah,
dumb way to put it. Because like she kind of comes on like, oh, I'm gonna base this feeling about this person. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fire this person because I don't like it. She kind of sounds like an asshole. So if anything, she probably should have fired herself. But
Yeah, I think ultimately in this whole thing, she's just the she's and it shows in the reviews and everything, right? And
yeah,
she was caught, and this is the last thing I'll say about this, but she was caught in an interview saying like, when it comes to like these films and films in general, that if it's a bad film, it's ultimately the director's fault, and like that's what she got caught on film saying before the film came out, but she was the fucking director of of this one, and so she inadvertently placed the blame on herself. It's like, oh, that didn't age very well, did it?
yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. She looks like a fucking tartar sauce. So yeah, fuck Olivia Wilde, fuck her movie. I'm not even gonna see it because I don't give a shit.
No.
Jordan Peterson for president. You see, the funny thing is it good to be a man? It's necessary.
Jesus Christ.
What, you didn't know I was gonna have him on the podcast today?
Oh, fuck! Don't you even start.
Well, you know,
Oh,
it's really good that you guys invited me because it's so important for, three guys to bond. You know, some might say James Bond.
you Jordan Peterson sounds like Martina.
This is my Martina. Oh, Frank Kyle.
Yeah.
He does kind of have it. I haven't perfected it, but he has that kind of Kermit. It's like, yeah, it is. When I do the impressions, it's like a half Martina. It's like it's almost there, but it's not quite.
Yeah.
What the hell are we gonna do without men? But
The
yeah, James Bond James.
yeah. I was you were talking about that a little earlier, I think, with
Yeah.
Justin. So that's just on Game Pass, eh?
Well, it's coming out, I think, for Xbox and Switch. They're releasing GoldenEye, the N64, but on supposedly on the Xbox version. I don't know about Switch, but supposedly they're updating the control scheme. People are saying,
Mm-hmm.
which is good because I told people that I don't think GoldenEye is a bad game. It's a good.
It's just the controls.
Yeah, it's just the controls. The controls have aged so poorly. They suck ass. I told guys it's no different than Perfect Dark. It's different than Duke Nukem 64. They're all fucking sick games, and like Duke Nukem 64 is a good port of that game, but it's just playing it on an N64 controller it gives me cancer. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to do it like a couple of years ago, and I'm like, no, I can't fucking do this. This is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then GoldenEye, GoldenEye takes it a step further because they have that reticle aiming, right? So, but it's C strafing, and then look up and down with the middle, and then you got that targeting thing with the R, and then Z is to fire. So it's like, it's just an outdated control scheme, and it sucks ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've told people, I'm like, anytime people say they'd rather play GoldenEye than the newest fucking Call of Duty or, Battlefield, what have you, or Fortnite or something like that, like they're out of their fucking minds. They clearly haven't played it since they were a kid. Because, I mean, yeah, you have fond memories of these games as a kid, but if you play them now, like ever since you got dual joysticks on a controller, those old controls just suck ass. So, but again, it's a super awesome game. Like the objectives and like the authenticity to the movie, like the music is fucking phenomenal. Jesus. GoldenEye has probably one of the best video game soundtracks I would say ever. Oh god, I love that soundtrack. And
Yeah.
every time you load up the cradle, da 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 da.
I always love the covers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People would make covers. Oh man,
What?
so good.
What are you gonna go look up some Vertex guy?
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah,
Duke
fucking Duke
Duke
Nukem.
Nukem? Da
Yeah.
da 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 da. I
Oh
remember we were obsessed with that guy when we were younger.
yeah.
We're like driving around in our fucking old vehicles, and you got the aux cord and the fucking YouTube, and it's like Vertex guy Duke Nukem cover.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. And then there's Megadeth. Come and get it,
Oh
baby.
yeah. That Megadeth, like that song I like listening to, but like fucking if you have it blasted out in public, people will just look at you strange because Dave does this like heavy breathing through most of it, or like what was the other thing you like grunt or something like that, and then he's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the few times that I was listening to it loud out in public, everyone's like looking at me like, "What the fuck are you listening to?"
Yeah, right. They were horny. They wanted to hear more.
Come and get it, baby.
Come get it, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, awesome music at Goldeneye. And I yeah, again, it's the mission variety, like where you have to like plant the tracking thing on the Tiger helicopter or whatever. You know, like the missions were varied and they were really fun. But it's just
Hmm.
like for this re-release, the only way I'm gonna play it is if they have a different control scheme. Which
Yeah.
I don't. People are saying they are, but I don't think they are. Like
The
not
Xbox is supposed to.
yeah, that's what I heard. But like, how are they gonna do it? They would have to recode the game, and then
Oh yeah.
like for Switch, I assume it's just going to their N64 like service, right?
Oh maybe yeah.
Like I just don't know at this point. I don't, are they plan
No,
or are they planning on releasing this not part of the N64? Because you know how they have the N64 games on there.
hmm
If you play,
hmm
if you pay like $60 a fucking
See,
40
that's
bucks, $40 extra a year.
yeah, and see, that's not too bad a year. I still like again.
Yeah, no, but it's
I,
$40 extra. Their yearly subscription used to be 20, but just if you want access to the N64 games, it's 60 a year. Which again,
GoldenEye should be like a one time buy of like $10 or something like that.
that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's gonna be on the Switch, if it's just gonna be in the N64 games, or if this is technically considered like an HD remaster that they're doing, and it's gonna be a standalone game.
Like you can't go into Game Pass and buy a game, can you?
I don't know,
I'm trying to remember
but
because I couldn't see myself like getting Xbox Game Pass just to play James Bond for $5 a month. You know what I mean? Like that's a game that's like again, give me like fucking release it for $5 or $10 and just let me have it and just so it's just there in the background. I again, like it's funny because like Justin will make fun of me for like not getting Xbox Game Pass, but like I just there's sometimes where I just don't hardly fucking play a fucking video game, and I don't know, I just something about it just
yeah,
it's weird. It's so weird. I just can't get it. I'll do it for fucking shows. I'll do it for like movies, like Netflix or fucking like, Amazon's a little different because there's fucking you know you buy stuff on Amazon, right? But like, yeah, I don't know. I have an easier time with fucking Netflix over like a gaming thing.
yeah. Well, with Xbox, it's well with like with your streaming shit, it's kind of less pressure in a way because you could. It's passive content. It's not something you have to engage in. So
Yeah.
you just press play on your phone, tablet, computer, TV, and away you go. The Xbox
Mhm.
Game Pass, you have to be on your fucking Xbox, or you have to be on your PC, and you
Yeah.
have to actually sit down and play those games. So it's just
Yeah.
not worth it to some people.
Yeah.
I just looked it up, by the way. That the original experience has been updated with improved control options, including dual analog stick support. There you go. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted. native 16 by 9 resolution, up to 4K Ultra HD. That's fucking sweet.
Nice.
Uh, and this is also, it's kind of a minor thing, but it's a thing that I like too, is that they added achievements to it, which is,
Here's okay. Sorry for cutting you off. Here's my question with this whole 4K shit. Is that fucking? Is that like them going back into the fucking game and retexturizing stuff, or is that just an upscale to 4K?
yeah, that's what,
Because upscaling 4K to recheck um what fucking messing up my words here. Um Retexturizing the game are two
yeah.
different things.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because it's, I think they said something about it's going to be going at at a steady frame rate. So
Yeah, I saw.
I'm guessing it's gonna. I'm guessing they've remastered it so that the textures will blow up as you blow up the resolution.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing because
Yeah,
well they would have to.
they'd have to.
I,
And then again, at that point, I feel like that's not as hard as retexturizing thing. And then I don't know. I feel like them changing up the controls and doing little like those three little things. That's not to me not hard work. And then again, like to me that again, GoldenEye is a fucking great game,
it is. It
but
really
it's
is.
also an old game and like again, like I said, GoldenEye to me is like a $10 game.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, so is it only going to be that much money? Like how is it only on Game
I
Pass?
From my understanding, I'm only reading it's on Game Pass. And then also I don't know if people with PCs can play it.
Yeah.
So it's like you're forced to either like for right now how I'm viewing it is you need a subscription base to play this game. You need to have an Xbox or a Nintendo Switch to play this game.
Yeah. And I'm looking here, and it's looking like it is going to be thrown in, I think, with the N64 games on Switch. So it's same as Game Pass. Like, as long as you have the Nintendo Premium with the N64 games, you'll be able
Hmm.
to access this game. So that's kind of stupid. I hope they do a PC port,
Yeah.
because that would be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Because again, it's a fucking sick game, but it's like, ultimately these, they're old games. Like
Yeah.
if you think people are gonna be paid $60 for fucking this old ass game, like dream again, bitch.
Hmm.
Because it's not not fucking happening, not from me anyway. But
Yeah.
that's good. I'm glad that they're redoing the controls. So
Oh yeah.
the last thing I really had to say, and there's not much here because it's just got revealed, but they're releasing a new Zelda game. The upcoming, it's been called Breath of the Wild 2, but
Oh.
we finally have a name for it now, and it's called The Legend of Zelda, uh, Tears of the Kingdom,
Okay.
or Tears. It's it's spelled Tears, which is
Yeah. I would
like
say Tears of the Kingdom. That sounds better.
that's what I think. But uh, Tear, yeah, I don't know. What's the difference? What is the difference between tears and tears? When we cry, we have tears in our eyes, not tears. Oh, okay, I get it. But yeah, yeah, it's either Tears of the Kingdom or Tears. But you know what though? It might be one of those clever names, because if you look at the trailer and shit, it looks like the kingdom is torn apart. But also, Tears kind of sounds like a Zelda thing, so you never know. But I just got announced. It looks sick. I watched a trailer. I thought it looked pretty cool. I liked Breath of the Wild. It was really fun. But
Mhm.
the only problem I had with it was that it didn't have any fucking dungeons. it just had those stupid things where you would. It was I called them puzzle rooms because
Yeah.
it was just a little small dungeon you could call it, but it's again more like a fucking puzzle room. They are all the same aesthetic. They all look the same, and then it was just like usually physics based puzzles, and you solve this little aha, and then you're done, and that's it. There was no like in depth like water temple or earth temple, shadow temple. So that's what I commented on Nintendo Direct on their post when they posted the reveal. I was like, hey, maybe this one will have dungeons in it. And a bunch of people were laughing about that. So so I was like, that's I don't know, that's all I want for my I would like it if they'd add some fucking dungeons to that shit. Cause yeah, Breath of the Wild had such a good open world. It had such a like you could just go anywhere at any time. You kind of like you would find random mini bosses in the middle of nowhere on the top of mountains. It was really cool for exploration, but
Hmm.
there was no legitimate temples.
Ah,
So it was a big world, but I don't know, I don't know. It fell short for me. They they could have done a lot better. Could have had some real objectives,
yeah.
but I don't know. I think they're gonna fix it in this one because obviously they would have taken into account all the shit that people got mad about.
Hmm.
Well, at least you hope so, anyway.
Yeah. The yeah, kind of on that maybe not the Zelda topic, but the tomorrow there's a few things happening. There's what the fuck, Call of Duty's going to be releasing a bunch of info on their next game, and the Tokyo Game Show is also happening tomorrow,
Right?
which
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
The
I
Call,
think it's tomorrow.
dude, the Call of Duty
Yeah.
thing though, like, does anybody really give a fuck anymore? Like,
Uh,
like are they?
I think there's some hype happening for this one. Like, don't get me wrong, the last two were really shit.
Yeah.
They were like okay. This okay. Let me backtrack my statement.
No, you're not. You're not
Black Ops
retracting
was the
it.
last. To a degree, Black Ops was one of them. I think after Modern Warfare, that actually had a good single player. I actually enjoyed the single player of that game. The next game after that, like also at that time too, I just gave no fucks about Call of Duty. After that, the next Call of Duty, that World War II or World War One that they did, that's just bullshit. Fuck, get that garbage out of here. Like, don't waste my time. Um,
Yeah.
this one actually looks like they're really like what is that? What is that thing? There's a few people that say it, and I think you've kind of mentioned this before too. Um, where they're just trying to get a product out there in and out.
Yeah. Like they're just it's
Uh,
just shovelware.
shovelware, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like these last two Call of Duties were. This one, it feels like they're actually putting effort in.
But
It doesn't.
what's the new one called? What's it supposed to be?
I think it's called Modern Warfare 2. I could be wrong though. Let me double check. It's somewhere around here.
Okay, yeah, it's got Ghost on the cover. I see it here.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of interesting. They've released some stuff today talking about the weapon attachments and stuff on how like um they're typically most games nowadays you get one gun, right? You get like an M4 and then you work on the M4 and you unlock after 10 kills, after 20 kills, after 30 kills, you get like attachment after attachment sort of thing for that specific gun. Well,
Yeah.
they're now doing it so like when you unlock this certain attachment, you can use it on different guns. Like you're not stuck
Oh, I
with
see.
that attachment on a certain gun. It's like it once you have this attachment, you can use it with multiple guns. So it's kind of interesting because it changes up the platform, like changes up how gunsmithing can be played and stuff like that in your playstyle.
Okay. It's
The
yeah, they said Gunsmith 2.0 is what they're using.
yeah,
It's supposed
yeah.
to be their new system. So I
Yeah,
don't know. It
it
might be.
looks it looks pretty good. It looks pretty detailed. I think there's like there's a part of me that again, I haven't really fully looked into it, but there's definitely, I think, Escape from Tarkov is by a small group, but I feel like it's gotten the attention of a lot of different players out there, and to a point where it's taken a certain kind of player base away from a lot of these AAA title people or developers. And
Yeah,
so, like example, like Battlefield, they're like, we're making this game mode, and it's going to be fucking like Escape from Tarkov. And now Call of Duty is doing it too. I forget what they call it, DVM or something like that, and supposedly going to be like Escape from Tarkov. But the reality of it is like people are getting kind of hyped up for this, but it's like you got to keep in mind, guys, these people have been working on this game maybe for 2 years, and I don't know how big of a team that would have worked on this Tarkov like game mode. But you got to realize too that Tarkov has been in development since 2016. There's going to be no game that's truly going to be like Tarkov. Tarkov has such an a attention to detail because of how they want this game to be that like it's frustrating when people are like, this is going to be the next Tarkov. It's not. It's not. You can't go and make a game a 2-year-old game as good as like I,
to the
the
contrary, this is
mode.
gonna take it over. This is done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Putting
Yeah.
the nail in the coffin on old Tarkov.
Yeah. I
Call of Duty will put out merchants and stuff. They'll have reputation brands and stuff.
like it's funny because I love Tarkov, but I can't play Tarkov by myself. I just can't. It's just I have such a hard time playing that. I hope like when Tarkov gets fully released, um, that it will grasp more people. Like I know, like you've been hesitant on getting Tarkov, and then like Justin isn't too big of a fan of Tarkov, but like they were going to be releasing Arena soon, sometime in this quarter, and then next year is supposed to be like I think actually Streets of Tarkov might be the end of this year, and then I think they're going to try to have it fully released by the end of next year. Is the plan?
That would make sense, yeah.
So I'm hoping by then the other things are smoothed out that like more people will want to pick that up, like yourself and maybe Justin will get back into it and stuff. Because again, that game, like when you get a good team going and going at it, like it's addictive. And
Yeah,
like,
I especially like the part where I bleed out of my ear and I can't hear anymore.
yeah,
And then
like
I break my femur and I have to loot the map to find an extra femur. And then I put it in my body and then I'm like, oh, I got a femur, I'm
that's,
good.
it's like it's funny because like again, how I the reason why I say it's addictive is me and Code, if for people that are listening, we played a shit ton of DayZ. I have like 1,200 hours into DayZ. And
Ungodly.
that's based. Let's see here. I'll take a look right at this movie because I have it. I have 1,152 hours into DayZ, and we both bought that game. Um, 2013. We bought that the 20, December 13th, 2013. I think we bought that game. We both did, and
Yeah.
we put a lot of hours in. The Tarkov in 6 months, I had 1,000 hours.
How many? 600 you said?
No, 1,000. 6 months, I had 1,000 hours.
Holy fuck. That was
I,
that was
I,
mostly playing with that one guy, hey?
yeah, Ken. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We just like it was just like fucking like non-stop. Now, okay, one thing I will say is it was definitely during that when pandemic started up.
Yeah. You
Yeah, but
you were you
yeah,
were off work at the time, I think, hey?
yeah. We like it was off work slash
You were homeless. You set up your PC at
yeah
the local Tim
yeah
Hortons.
yeah the yeah. There's it was either like yeah no work or when I worked there was only like 3 days a week.
You were smacking cell phones out of kids' hands, be like, "Hey, you're taking up Tim Horton's bandwidth, bitch! Trying to fucking play with
The-
Tim the Tatman here."
yeah, it's crazy though, like because like Ken, that was he hadn't been into PC gaming in a long time, and
Yeah,
then I was just hyping like I was like hyping him up on this whole Tarkov, right? And like Tarkov launched with him, like he fucking loves that game. Like I bet you Ken probably has close to 2,000 hours into Tarkov now.
big dick in it.
Yeah, he launched way longer than I have. He got good though. Like I just in general was not good with first person shooters. I do decent with a team, but my team is definitely I'm the guy that the team is really like lifted me up and dragging me along to help me achieve. Where Ken, he's one of those guys that are really good. He can play solo. He can play fucking in a cooperative way,
Right?
and he oops, and yeah, he can do great.
Do you
But
know?
yeah,
Do you know what kind of guy I am?
what are you?
I'm the man that you hand over your Land Rover to. I have fist sclerosis. I'm the most ferocious. When I spy my third eye's extremely high voltage.
I thought you were gonna be like you. The fuck you say it all the time. The fucking boys.
The boys?
The boys, yeah, you've been quoting it quite a bit lately. Yeah.
You're just a cheap fucking knockoff.
Yeah. It's knock off on the real thing.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
strong as me, you're wearing a cape. No, you're just a cheap fucking knockoff. Oh, no. I'm the upgrade.
the so good. The very last thing I'd probably touch on, kind of going into the whole Tokyo Game Show, is I'm curious if Capcom's going to release any more info on Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they might.
they might. I'm hoping. Because usually at this time, and they've done it before, usually at this time they'll show off another trailer. They might show off a little bit more gameplay. And then the last thing that they'll do is usually be like, hey, game comes out, say, March. We're going to release a demo for you guys in January, February.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually like that's one of the remakes that I'm actually pretty excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited because it goes into that territory of fixing things that I wasn't a fan of with 4. And
Yeah.
then also I've been watching it carefully, like listening to the rumors and supposedly leaks and stuff like that, and that gets me a little hyped up from the stuff I've been hearing. So
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a little bit scarier, which is nice.
yeah, yeah,
So that'll be fun.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll see. See what
Mhm.
happens there, and you'll hear it first on Not Rich Just Bored,
Hell yeah.
the Energy podcast. See? Now people think I'm saying energy, but I say NRJB.
NRGB.
But it's just energy. Energy B.
Energy.
Energy B podcast. That's awesome. But yeah, if you don't have anything else, I was pretty much just gonna wrap it up there
Yep. Yeah, that's all.
because the reality is you should only be watching one podcast, and that's this one. Every other podcast out there, well, they're just a cheap fucking knockoff. That's what
I don't know about that.
that's what Joe Rogan looks at me and goes, "No, I'm the upgrade, bitch." Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to follow the podcast on all social media. Links are in the description below. Check out that guy on Twitch. His links in the description below. Check out me on Twitch. And if you want to see my cock, go to onlyfans.org / Ryan's ya boy. For a small $5 donation, I'll give you a halfer. For a small $15 donation, I'll put it anywhere you want. If you get really generous, you give me $50. I'll you know, I'll do what we talked about, which was, jerking off my friends' faces when they're asleep.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, it's consensual. They already signed. They already signed consent forms with me. They said
I don't know anyone who signed any form.
you don't remember you were asleep, but you signed it in your sleep.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
You signed it in your sleep. You're like a pocket full of poses.
I was gonna say, God help me.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
All right, see you guys. Peace.